research, we didn't have that data, but the turnover of people in exchange is very high. We have experienced it, we're experiencing it even up to today, that even someone who has taken a product of 20,000 has disappeared. He's not there. We have a place like Senyi. On the outside, people eat. You see people, of course, they look nice. They eat commando. And the reds. Okay? So that data is still missing. However, the bigger thing which is bringing back to me here is, in such sessions, we need to have ministers. We need to have government. Of course, Alfred said that we are government. It is true. But we have a problem. You spoke about PDM. Is there a way how we can just try to transform all? I don't know how can we beg the government or someone else who is in charge to say, okay, if we go to a place like Senyi, if we go to West Nile, we go to a place where people's income is not even absolute poverty, but let's just get another definition. We are up there in West Nile. People earn about 14,000 shillings per month. People who live in refugee settlement areas, who are just the same as those people who live in Senyi. We are expecting this person to buy an EPC at 300,000. Okay. Maybe there is a subsidy where someone is paying 100,000. We are in West Nile. We are selling an EPC at 105,000. Somebody comes and says, can I pay on credit? And I buy it at 50,000. Already subsidized, but someone still wants to pay on credit at 50,000. So mine is, can we change the way how we discuss these matters in meetings like this? There are barriers. We are talking about that. Every day we come here, trust me, last year, those guys who were in such a meeting, we spoke about these barriers. We all had them. We went back home. We had projects we tried to carry out. We have come out of them. We had this conference. I don't know whether notes have been taken, trust me. I don't know who we are going to share this information. It is very rich information. We don't know where we are going to take it. But again, we are just going to go back, implement the same like we implemented a year ago. Next time we shall come and talk about the same information. However, what I'm thinking, is there anything which we can change? The narrative to change, to say when we come and talk about the things here, we need to implement them differently. Let's say, for example, what should we do with this PDM? Is parish model development? Can we try to get that money, instead of giving someone this money to go and do something else? Can we make sure that we get this and say, this 400,000, the 300,000, this 25,000, the government makes sure that it gives people free stoves. Is there anything which we can do a little bit different from what we are doing? That when we discuss these matters here can be implemented, can be looked into? Of course, my challenge is, I will say it without fear of contradiction. If there's someone who can go and tell them, there's lack of political will. There's no political will at all. Commissioner. Sorry to say, do you mind if you can take it back to the minister as well, the technocrats, that there is something which we have to do differently from the way how we have been doing? There's a need for us to have synergies. We have got the Ministry of Housing. We have the Ministry of Health. Is there any way how we can say that from today, when people are building their houses, every house must have a clean cookstove? That is at a policy level. Richard, I call upon you because you are from Standards. Is there anything which we can say that you guys meet in that the ministry? For us, we are just private people. Do you mind if you can come together and make sure that someone who builds a house must have this product from today? that tomorrow on Monday you tell us that when somebody is building a house, must have a clean cook stove in their house. Whom do we need? Which synergies? How can we form them? Whom should we work with? These are very pertinent questions. We need to come together, ask them, and we need answers. So here we have two people whom I've identified. I've identified Richard. I've identified the commissioner here. That next time when we meet again, guys come and tell us how we can do it better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wasira.
Just one thing. you know they say when the story of dry bones is mentioned, the old woman feels uneasy. So what I do appreciate everything that basically you've raised, and it's indeed pertinent. And I think the major thing that we should do is that we should capture the recommendations of this kind of meeting here, and if it's possible, let's document them, and then we can have something to follow up on. So that next time when we come, we shall be able to report on it. And then it is a clarion call to all of us. Government is basically you. We are simply just taking, we take the bad part, but all the good part is yours. So we would like basically to work together. That's why I say this kind of arrangement, when you have like an association and you're together in a group, my brother there, me, I'm new in the Ministry of Energy, and I might be new in this space, but the good thing that I came also, I also have a passion in it, and I didn't tell you earlier on. In Kamuli, where I do my farming, I've piloted the issue of what? Of biogas. We did 20 biogas units, 5 per parish, and we discovered it's very interesting thing. There are things I used to take for granted. I thought we give them out for free, by the way. They just got me something small. I thought it was automatic, and once you give out, people will use. But then I was shocked. Those that were using, they were, when we went to visit, because when I go there, I take time to go and visit those who received. I found that those who have the biogas facility, the clean cooking, also have the what? The stones on the side. And when you see, you realize that the biogas pit is not as busy as the stones. The stones are actually very busy. So later on I discovered one interesting fact, that the saucepan is in the village, and then it occurred to me, you will go back to your village and you see, most of them have a U shape. So the women in Kampala have saucepans which are flat, that can sit very well on that what? On that thing there. But for them, theirs are U-shaped. So they really told me that it was difficult for that thing to settle on the other item we have given them. And I am actually working together with the engineers and Ministry of Energy to do a bit of a simple redesign. And me, I believe it's not very hard. I may not be a scientist as such in that line, but I think a stone is simple, like the way you would have these parts of what? Or like basically those that hold the what? The saucepan. It is just a matter of putting a banner down. And they told me they would draw. Actually, when I go back from here, I should now follow up next week and make sure I get the drawing. So that now, when we are putting it in the village, let's take into account the special needs of those women who are our clients who are getting this facility, so that they don't what? Stop using it. Then now, the issue of piloting is also good. Somebody raised that issue of saying that, how does me as a whole man, how do I eat food which is cooked using what? Biogas. And it was the same men within there that actually corrected him. Because, you know, when you come from this as a supplier and explain, they don't get it so well like when it's among themselves. So that also actually helped us a lot. And now what we are doing there in Kamuli is I would invite you to a sub-county called Kagomba. In that sub-county, what we do, we now host what we call farmer field days in a farmer. And all the food that we eat around there that time is cooked using what? That biogas facility that we introduced. And when they realize that the food is actually as nice as they would have assumed. So I think that's the way to go. Sensitization it's not a one-day affair, it's not a one-man's game, it's not a government's game. It is by all of us. Even you, if I ask here, for us who are advocating for it, how many of us have a biogas facility in their homes, in the villages? How many are using clean energy and you're not basically just on charcoal and a normal way? That question, go back with it and make sure it starts with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Felix, for promoting clean cooking. Our parting shots. You respond to your question, and then one thing that should be done to increase clean cooking access in Hattery.
Very quick and fast. I start with Dr. Amy, just to give information. The time I've been in the sector, I'm aware that there have been structures, though the functionality is another thing to ask. We we had an interministerial committee. I don't know the commissioner, we had an interministerial committee on clean cooking. You may need to fast track on that. Probably together we can talk about that. I know there are also these interministerial, is it quarterly or those reviews? My thing is that what do we take there as government lead person? Maybe that speaks to the same. And of course, I know Amy is concerned on the next steps, rather information for. It's not a secret. I asked Dr. Nicholas today, but I have not seen anyone rapporteuring. There's someone rapporteuring on local pain. I was concerned that, he confirmed to me that there was someone rapporteuring. Because I was wondering, tomorrow I'm going to ask for the report for the REG 2024 report, how it's going to be generated. So can we have comfort that someone is rapporteuring? And again, I'm always very disruptive with some platforms where I'm asking, people are going for COP, people are going for all these other things. What next? I think this time around, I beg, and we beg, I think now all of us now are with this, could we have a session where these people, or all of us are called, if it is a budget thing, we can even convene in the ministerial boardroom. It's okay. If it is a budgetary issue, let's convene in the ministerial bedroom, discuss the outcomes of this, and have a way forward.
Renewable Energy Conference. It's pretty significant what's changed. So the UK, working in partnership with Uganda, has supported the new climate finance unit. You've heard from all the speakers how important that is. New climate finance unit in the Ministry of Finance. We've supported that unit, leveraged 247 million of climate finance for Uganda. There's another 190 million in the pipeline. We've invested 5 million to scale modern energy clean cooking services, and that includes the clean cooking unit in the Ministry of Energy and Renewable Development to scale up that ambition. We've invested 19 million to improve energy access in the northwest of Uganda through the Atuka 10 megawatt solar project. So this conference with this mix of stakeholders can make things happen. And it's also really timely, coming just after the commissioning of the Karuma Hydro Dam, another private sector investment that's catapulted Uganda's electricity generation. And I understand it's gone from 1,350 megawatts to 2,048 megawatts. Well done, Honourable Minister, to you and your team, I think, for that. Now, as you'd have heard from my EU colleague, we were really proud, I think, to co-fund with other partners the Get Fit Renewable programme in 2013. And when we look back then, big dams were far from reality. But by supporting those smaller scale initial private sector investment, an impressive 17 dams generating 158 megawatts have been added to the national grid, addressing this critical need. And in addition, we're also proud to have supported the Electricity Regulatory Authority, the ERA. It's actually been ranked the best in Africa for 5 years by AFDP. That deserves a round of applause, doesn't it? And we're certainly impressed by how the ERA has continued to innovate, launching its regulatory information management system. So, Honourable Ministers, I would say in Uganda we're really excited about a new phase in our historic energy partnership. And this is all about accelerating delivery of the Energy Sustainable Development Goal and climate goals. And as you've heard from my colleagues, my French and EU ambassador colleagues, the role of private sector and innovation is going to be critical. And in my brief time here, I've been really impressed by the level of innovation here in Uganda. And I'm excited to learn about the British-Ugandan partnerships that are delivering energy solutions in a whole range of sectors. I'm just going to share a few of them with you now. We have Gridworks, who are here today. They're investing in connectivity transmission projects to improve energy access. We've got Manjulis Energy on low-cost, low-waste energy solutions that's transforming the lives of refugee communities in Uganda. We've got Loughborough University's work on clean cooking with electric pressure cookers Now, please don't miss out the opportunity. Everyone, if you don't have one already, I am apparently getting one. I'm going to experiment and let you know. I hear cooking matoke is difficult, but I do urge you to get one and cut down on your cooking times and save energy usage. And the Transforming Energy Access Program, all about testing and scaling up new clean energy technologies, smart energy systems and business models, like Zembo's electric motorbikes. I definitely want to go. If you see me out on that motorbike, avoid. My driving is bad enough as it is, and I feel Uganda will test me. Now, you may not know this, but Ugandan innovators were the most successful participants in the latest round of our flagship Energy Catalyst program. That's run by Innovate UK. Do have a look at the pavilion, and you can plug in later to some of the people there that have made breakthroughs in this sector. And we also feel that the British Chamber of Commerce in Uganda, newly launched, has also got a role to play. And we'd encourage any business that's got British links to consider joining. Do please grab me or one of my team if you're interested. But look, we should talk honestly, and I think Honourable Dowdy mentioned this, about the difficulties in this transition too, not least in access climate finance, public and private, that's needed to deliver this transition. So I mentioned the finance that we've leveraged through that Access to Climate Finance Task Force. A year ago, we also launched the Climate Finance Accelerator Programme. That's basically matching private investments with businesses that are ready and able to grow and to scale and to support greener growth. And I'm really delighted to let you know that we're taking Ugandan entrepreneurs to showcase their investments in the City of London this year. So as I say, it's not easy, but the opportunities are tremendous. Investing in clean energy solutions, like clean cooking, smart energy systems, is key, not just for the environment, but also the potential to create 42 million jobs worldwide by 2050. That's according to the International Renewable Energy Agency. But we need to speed up the pace. I was very touched to hear from the Honourable Minister that she lost her sister due to the effects of indoor air pollution from fuelwood cooking. I understand from my colleagues in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development earlier this year that about 20,000 people lose their lives, actually, on an annual basis, and over 60% of those are women and girls. My predecessor, Kate Airy, the Minister of Energy, and our partners launched the Clean Cooking Programme in August last year to try and ensure that this experience is not repeated. Now, to close, I hope this comes through in my words. You'll see that the UK is very proud to work alongside Uganda and partners and deliver a just, inclusive energy transition. Innovation, exchanging ideas, knowledge, building new partnerships, candid discussions, disagreements, delivering results, they're all key to bringing about this change that we need to see, and that's what this conference is all about. So again, thank you for your welcome. Thank you, Minister and the Ministry, for your drive and vision. I wish everybody here a successful and enjoyable conference, and look forward to talking with you, hearing your perspectives over the course of this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause. I think this is your first speech at such a big conference in the country. Another round of applause. But all these messages from the Excellencies simply mean that we must move out here and go and work. Go and work, no celebrations. It's now my singular honor to invite the Acting PS Minister of Energy, Madame Grace Tusime, who is here to deliver on technical issues on the part of the ministry. Madame, you are most welcome. And she has advised that after her delivery of the message, she'll go ahead and invite the Honorable Minister of State for Energy and Minerals, Honorable Nyamutoro. So if you don't see me here again, please don't start wondering what is happening. It's only that it is something we've agreed upon, and then the Minister will also be invited. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Honorable Dr. Ruth Nakabirwa. We are looking forward to the big function over the weekend. Honorable Minister of State for Minerals, Honorable Fiona Nyamutoro, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors and heads of missions and agencies here present, Honorable Daudi Mugereko, the chair of this session, honorable members of Parliament here with us, officials from the central and local government present, the business leaders from the private sector, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My remarks will be just in 4 categories. I'll just give a brief introduction. The purpose